Hello.
Whee!
Here we are.
Hello.
Gonna do some attorneying today. So yep.
Yep.
And another
And
yep.
stuff.
Yep and stuff, yeah. Pocket is feeling a bit
A bit what now?
tired.
Yeah, I'm sleepy. That's
So
no, it's pretty normal though. Actually, I
guess.
It's
Other than that, we are good.
standard.
Ooh.
What?
No, it's been so long.
Ooh.
So Garantudos, thank you for resubscribing.
Oh, hello.
Can't believe 18 months. Good
That
Lord.
is.
Time is going too fast. I don't
Yep.
enjoy it.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding Socket of her inevitable mortality. We all appreciate that here.
Thanks.
Yippee!
Well, that's a nice start of the stream. If anything else, yeah. Sorry for any bangs in the background. It is the
Fireworks.
5th of November, so
Did you remember it?
I did remember it.
Well done.
Did you not just hear me say it's the 5th?
Yeah.
I don't even.
She makes a good point.
Something treason. Something trying to blow up the parliament.
Yeah, but maybe don't say that one out loud.
We're talking history.
What's that about trees? Apart from history?
God, earlier today I saw somebody saying like that maybe other countries like America should consider getting a catchy rhyme so people don't forget about treason.
Oh. No, Americans are really good at forgetting about treason.
They really ought to see about adopting a good
Can it
rhyme.
actually be treasonous though if you don't have a royal family?
Is a royal family required in order to get like
Well, that's what I
treason?
just asked.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think you can still, it's just betraying your country, like, right? Like, I mean,
I guess.
is that really a
Like, I don't know. I've never really thought about it before, that's why I was wondering.
You know, I think it's just when you go against your country. The ruling.
Well, it should be. But yeah.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about treason, we're talking we're here to talk about science.
Treason is in
I
a
see my
different
mistake.
case, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, it feels like maybe we're gonna get some treason in there.
Yeah, I agree, but I was thinking that the whole Russians in the first game was gonna get like treason
Well, that's true.
some more. So I just realised I made some mistakes with my setup, so I'm fixing that before we get started. Sorry, very tense music to start the stream, but it's not exactly the chillest of
No,
things.
it's not. We're not giving vibes right now, are we? We're giving.
Yeah. So,
No.
with science, we've been disproving his whole science nonsense.
His science is really sus.
And Van Zieks has been like, oh my god, the science checks out. And we're like, are you serious?
We were like, please, no, don't.
So now he's so desperate because if he then,
If his science is wrong, like, yeah. As far as I know, that's why he's. As far as we can work out, that's why he's admitting.
Yeah.
To the murder that he didn't do.
No, exactly. So, yes. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with this client urgently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so. You ready to read?
Am I ready to read? Am I ready to read? Am I? Don't know, actually. Am I?
Are you right here for some spoiled season of
Suspicious science.
It's all science time, actually.
Science.
Here we go.
I'm just getting my stream manager up
Okay.
so I can monitor chat from two directions.
Deadly science time.
Yeah. That it was me who murdered Odie Ass Man.
Oh,
wow.
sorry, that's the...
I did put in more effort than just writing over it. Yes, I did. Just a smidge. Didn't take me very long though. Don't worry. It just, you know, it felt like it had. Yeah. Can you put the science away, please?
Can I?
Can you?
Can I put science away?
Just, yeah, put it behind you, like Satan.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah. As everybody knows that science, if it's real science, it does fireworks, right? That's... We're also hoping
That's
to
court
see...
cases.
That's true, you're right, my bad. If you do them right, they do fireworks. I got court cases and science mixed up. So silly. Oh my. This is so silly. Also, I can't... I'm trying to channel this guy. Idiot science, idiot science, idiot science. Yes, it was me, with my faithful friend and partner, Andrew, the screwdriver.
What are you doing? Oh shit. Pardon me. I forgot that one of the eBay biddings that I'm trying to snipe ends in an hour.
Uh-oh.
So, you know, I'm keeping an eye out.
You can put a little timer on if you want.
You want to set a timer for 50 minutes?
50.
Mm-hmm.
Does everybody need to hear my
Yes.
K-pop
Everybody can hear you beautiful.
Samsung Galaxy?
Yes.
50. We still doing 50?
Yes.
And 4 seconds?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my timers for some reason always have 4 seconds on the end, just because I've never bothered to change them.
Yeah.
And at some point I accidentally scrolled it up like a tiny bit, so...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've re-entered my eBay bidding era.
Yesterday she got me a We Are Memory Keepers like bookbinding tool for like
A
a
bargain.
fifth of the price that they normally go for, and I'm like, yeah, you know what?
If you don't have much money, you go on eBay
Yeah.
and you snipe things. Anyway,
Yeah. Well, good luck with whatever the hell it is you're not going to tell us about.
Order! Defendant, explain this sudden confession. Objection. Oh wait, I got to say objection. I forgot. Professor Harebrayne, what are you talking about?
It's what I've said all along. I must protect my hypothesis and my precious machine. The stress is really getting to him. You stand there and claim it was all a trick, an elaborate prank, but where's your proof? No, you'd have to examine the machine if you wanted to prove it, but then it would all be over. My beautiful hypothesis would be laid bare. I mean, the indignity of it.
It's clear that you drew the plans for the experiment, but you didn't actually build it. It's quite conceivable that you were duped, Professor. College.
Barack? Yes? I'll cooperate. I'll do whatever you say. I swear it.
1 sec, I realised I forgot to get the counter up. You know.
Oh, yeah, we gotta...
There's a
If
problem.
he throws anything, we gotta be able to count it.
Hold on. He hasn't done any crunches.
No,
but
no
does it
crunches.
work? Yes. Okay, good. Alright!
So please... ensure the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act is adhered to and protect my creation.
Oh! Hollow chalice time! Hello, Tiefin. It's no longer hollow.
Artisanal chalice. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice at this critical juncture.
Yeah, no, he definitely thinks the Crown won't fucking
Sees
the
his machine after
now.
he's executed. No, I know, right? He's just... with the science. Here's to my learned Nipponese friend.
What?
And his upcoming attempt to clarify the defence's position in the light of the accused's confession. Do you intend to formally assert that the experiment was nothing more than a conjuring trick? Because the moment you do, the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act that protects the professor's invention will cease to apply. The prosecution will then demand a rigorous examination of the machinery involved in order to establish the truth.
I mean...
Yeah, he's had a lot of practice filling up that chalice.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to look.
No.
However, if you acknowledge that the machine is genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder...
What?
Crush! Woohoo!
Should
Sorry.
have placed bets about what he did. So we have one crush. Okay,
One crush.
wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, it was nice because we were like, no crushes. Then he was like, oh, well, let me oblige. Any chance of investigating will be crushed, and the confidentiality of the professor's hypothesis preserved. Crushed, like his chalice. His hallowed chalice.
Well, counsel, what is the defense's official position on this matter? What Professor Harebrayne, my client, actually asked of me was to prove that the explosion on stage was an accident and protect the secrecy of his hypothesis. But there's no way to do that without implying the professor's guilt. Do I protect my client's life by asserting his innocence? Or do I uphold my client's request but see him condemned?
Let me choose.
Anyway, I can't avoid betraying his trust.
You've been silent long enough. Isn't talking your trade, my learned friend? Or has all knowledge of English escaped your confused Nipponese mind?
Right.
Also annoyed that the science guy can just straight up say he's just gonna do and say whatever makes his hypothesis stay true. Like, that's pretty much just admitting he lied just now. No, yeah, it's true, but
Yeah.
this is the British court. What can we do? Mr. Naruhodo.
There's no escape here. I have to make a choice. But it's an impossible one. I have to give up on something. But what? The defense asserts. But the defendant's instantaneous kinesis machine was in fact a proper scientific invention or a conjuring trick. Oh my god!
But the actual instantaneous kinesis machine was probably a scientific invention in the first place. But the way it was executed was a conjuring trick.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
It's not his... Oh my god, that is what he asked us to do, though.
Yeah, a proper scientific invention, yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't feel right being all like, no, really, it was a conjuring trick. But... like, it's impossible to just insta-fail.
I've saved. You can all relax, I've saved.
I want to say trick, but also he did ask us to protect his invention.
Mm-hmm.
And arguably his calculations and everything were proper science, they just didn't work.
Yeah.
That if we just say, yep, he did it, it's over. Yeah, I know, but what if it's not?
Okay, what do we... I'm also leaning towards a proper scientific invention. The game will probably, like, push us back if we pick the wrong one. I think it's done that in the past
Yeah,
as
with
well.
saving we can at least check each. So if this way goes horribly wrong and we can't pull it back,
Yeah.
we can at least save and do... I know.
Yeah, let's do proper scientific invention.
They don't normally just instantly lose, do they?
Oh, we'll find out. Ah! No, I can't say it. My client placed his faith in me. I can't just let him down.
Okay, so it literally won't let us do it.
What must I give up on? Is not the question you have to ask yourself here. It's what can I protect? Ah!
Wow. Hello again, Mr. Naruhodo. It's been far too long.
Are we hallucinating now?
You're having...
This is me, like, all
You're
over
having
again.
visual and auditory hallucinations, Mr. Naruhodo.
He ups me, I just broke down in court.
Yeah. This is a mental breakdown.
So,
You're currently bleeding from both of your eyeballs and your ears.
Susanne-san!
It's okay. We can still win this
Yeah.
case together.
Oh, hiya! She hiya!
Oh,
Okay. No, I guess my first is out of takedown in 6 months. This is a Phoenix, it's me situation. Yeah, except she's here.
I was gonna say, did she actually just arrive? Hang on. Did Iris say that she had a surprise for us
I
last week?
don't
I
remember.
think Iris said that she had a surprise for us. Phoenix, Mr. Naruhodo, you are now bleeding from both your eyes and your ears.
Yeah, we just fell down and like, you know,
I think
yeah.
Iris did say that she had a surprise for us.
Hmm.
There'll be time to talk later, Mr. Naruhodo. For now, we must concentrate on the task at hand.
I'm so glad she's back. Which is working out not what I have to give up on, but what I can protect. Professor Harebrayne.
Yes?
Yesterday you told me that science is the pursuit of truth. Well, my job is to pursue the truth too.
Yes, of course.
And personally, I believe that you didn't stab Mr. Assman. I think you've come to realize something yourself too, haven't you? That your experiment and the machine you build with the victim are questionable. The truth behind that is what we must both pursue now.
I really wish they didn't.
Oh! We're eating well today.
We are.
Ball here.
Thank you, sexy boy. So, you finally opened your eyes.
What?
And as for you, Albert, you can't ignore this any longer. Having heard my learned friend's assertion, don't you have something to say? Baroque!
Lord Van Zieks.
Gosh, I've never heard him speak that way before. Oh, sorry, I voiced him like I always do. Guess that was special. In truth, there is one thing. Something I've remembered that's of relevance.
What?
On the day it happened, just before I began the experiment, I saw a man near the stage. A man holding that crossbow.
Oh, crossbow. I beg your pardon? Professor! Did the man have any distinguishable features? What did he look like? Yeah, idiot indeed. It's like, oh my fucking god.
Tall. Taller than me and thin. Thinner than me. With straight hair. Straighter and whiter than mine. Let me see. One less lens than me. Two. Monocle. A rather stylish black monocle.
Monocle.
But one thing in particular will help to positively identify the man. You see, I know him very well. After all, he's the engineer who built my invention.
Are you taking the fucking piss, mate?
What?
Is that what he said? He built the machine.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Assman introduced him to me a year ago.
Where's my life insurance jingle at this point? Like,
Yeah, I know, right? He's a man by the name of Enoch Drebber.
Enoch Drebber. I'm trying to find the pun in his name. Yeah.
Enoch Drebber? Drebber? Sorry.
Does his name mean something? Members of the jury seem flustered.
Not a name any scientist wishes to hear. That man's an abomination!
Okay, that's his backstream.
Assuming that is his real name, you're right.
Not a name any conjurer wishes to hear either. I have no idea what I've written about. Who on earth is he?
I'm afraid this isn't the first tale of this nature that I've heard in scientific circles in connection with that name. There's talk of other flamboyant experiments that turn out to be nothing but stage trickery in the end. Obviously, that rascal is after the government's research grant money.
When magicians are in need of money, I have heard of them resorting to these underhand tactics. Some acquaintances of mine with experience of such things have mentioned Enoch Drebber's name before.
The man is both an engineer and a magician. Yes, we're dealing with an unparalleled confidence trickster here.
He conjures hell no, not that guy, yeah.
Yeah.
What was that really famous conjurer that we had, like, was an absolute fraud? Why is he everywhere?
You mean Darren Brown?
No.
No.
God. Ah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, you... Which one?
Exactly, I cannot remember which one.
Well, like, not the one who went in the box.
Oh, no.
Not that one?
No. No, I don't remember.
I mean, they're all frauds, obviously.
Yeah, they're all, yeah. She
But
said.
some of them...
Are worse than others, yes.
Yeah. Which one?
I can't, I can't, I cannot remember. Sorry.
That's Enoch Drebber for you.
Well, and why, to be honest, why isn't he here to begin with on account that he also works on this machine that killed this man? Like, you know?
So it's true then. My invention, my great machine, it was just a grand illusion.
Considering what we've just heard about Mr. Drebber's character, I'm sorry to say that sounds increasingly likely. Well, this way, basically what we're saying is it wasn't built correctly, so it could still be true.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Just it was kind of faked.
This man didn't build it according to your plans.
No, quite. Even though no one else believed it, I wanted to. I wanted to believe that machine would function exactly as my hypothesis predicted. Which is why you were so opposed to it being investigated, I presume.
No, that choice wouldn't have mattered. That was
No,
scripted.
I think that was
good
literally
answers.
scripted. I knew that if the machine was examined in detail, its construction would give away my hypothesis. Obviously, I didn't want that to happen, but at the same time... I knew that if it was found to be nothing more than a trick, than a work of deception, then everything I'd worked towards, all my research, all my dreams, my whole life would be over. I was terrified at the prospect.
So you really had no idea then, did you? About the true nature of the machine that was built, and the true nature of Mr. Drebber.
I never questioned anything. I didn't want to question it.
Fair. It's entirely possible that Mr. Asman and Mr. Drebber were working together to use you as a means of fraudulently acquiring the research grant money. Checks out. Ooh,
When I announced my invention to the crowds that day, it was the finest moment of my career. I pulled all the levers and turned all the dials in exactly the way Drebber had described. When the smoke suddenly started billowing out, I panicked. I didn't know what was happening. But I really don't know how the whole illusion was made to work. Like, I don't know anything anymore.
oops, sorry.
Let me confirm one final point with you, Professor. Do you now consent to the prosecution submitting the necessary paperwork to release your invention from the protection afforded by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Yes. Please go ahead. I'm very sorry. Funseek's just being like, fucking finally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please stop making me prosecute you.
Yeah. It would appear that we shall have to suspend proceedings for the remainder of the day now. Lord Funseeks.
My lord.
The court has newly been made aware of another party whose involvement in this matter is critical.
Yes, Mr. Drebber.
Gather information about the man. If possible, I should like him served with a subpoena.
With pleasure, my lord.
Now, counsel for the defense. Yes, my lord. Sorry, we are halting this session because I am late for dinner. Yeah, checks out. Sorry, I was reading chat. I was like, the whole thing only happened because the machine can't be investigated because of that weird new law. Yeah, definitely not evil.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Mr.
Definitely not evil. Definitely made that. Yeah, and then the machine couldn't be investigated, and we had to establish that the machine wasn't actually real science. Therefore, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely wanted to protect his friend, and this is the best way of doing it.
Yeah, like I think, he genuinely wanted his friend's hypothesis to be real, but I think he also genuinely didn't want his friend to have done a murder.
No, exactly that. When we reconvene, I shall be looking forward for one thing and one thing alone from you. Evidence that the defendant is innocent of the crime for which he presently stands accused. I understand. Good. In that case, this court is adjourned until tomorrow morning. Yippee!
Mm-hmm.
Poor jury.
Mm-hmm. At least that one poor guy isn't there who gets hell from his wife every time he's on the jury.
It's just... Lord Bailey, defendant's antechamber.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes?
I'm so sorry. I was wrong. You were right. I tricked you. You trusted me. I dragged you into my mess. Oh, how did it ever come to this? I'm so sorry.
Did you really have no idea, Professor, about what Mr. Drebber was really up to? I mean, about what he was really constructing?
Naturally. That machine was the embodiment of my hypothesis, of all my hopes and dreams. I had complete faith in it.
Alright, in that case, I won't say any more. Now, sadly, the murder accusation against you still stands. So we must do as much investigation as we can before the trial resumes tomorrow.
Oh, thank you for doing so much for me. I'm so sorry for arriving late this morning, Mr. Naruhodo.
Arriving late?
Didn't you receive my postcard? I wanted to let you know when I'd arrive.
Postcard? What postcard?
I hid it from you, Vuno, so it would be a surprise! Iris, that's mail theft.
Iris? It's okay, she's 10.
Yeah.
She's 10. You're gonna remember.
Yeah. Well, did it work?
I was surprised, alright. Especially when she threw me to the ground.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I was just so happy to see you again that it sort of slipped out. That's never an excuse for anything, in context or out of context, actually.
Maybe we could stick to more traditional displays of emotions in the future?
Susie's train was late into London Victoria this morning, you see.
Oh man, she had to go through Victoria, no wonder she's late.
But we made the coachman really whip the horses hard, so she didn't miss the whole trial. Iris, that's animal abuse. I was watching from the gallery for a while, but in the end, I'm afraid I couldn't contain myself.
Well, is she just, considering she's not really officially assigned, how the fuck did she manage to just get in there?
Yeah, the Old Bailey's pretty lax at this time in the time period,
Yeah, it's
apparently,
like-
I guess.
Her poor horses indeed. Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Oh!
Having you at my side in court gives me the strength I need to win. So, I'm delighted to see you back in London.
Oh, too kind, Mr. Naruto. I'm delighted to be here.
I would love to see her do a Susato takedown on those guards there.
Yeah, it's true. One of them's Sholmes still, probably. I hope I can continue to be of service to you.
The one with the moustache, right?
Yeah.
Of course. So, what's brought you back? Did Professor Mikotoba not protest?
Let's save all that conversation for when we're back at home, shall we? You know, I've made one of my most special blends ever for this special occasion. Oh, Iris, how wonderful. I can't wait.
The trial with Miss Green. We have an image for that. She tried to kill him. That was her. She's the one who did the poisoning.
Yeah.
Iris. Yeah.
Yeah.
She attempted a murder.
She sure did. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's in the naughty box. Yeah, she attempted to murder a murderer, because the guy. Yeah, the Shakespeare murdered her fiance. Whoa. He did the gas trick.
Yeah.
And the previous occupant of the room before, Natsume
Yes.
san,
Mm-hmm.
was Olive's fiance. And the Shakespeare murdered him with
Yeah.
the gas
He did.
trick by turning the gas off and then back on again, so the room flooded with gas and blah 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 blah. And she found out about it. The treasure is. We found the treasure.
Yeah, and then we weren't
It
allowed
was
to
a
talk about
Dog collar.
it. A bloody dog collar.
It was a bloody dog collar with an initial on it.
Yeah, a fancy B.
B. Yes. Fancy B.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what that's all about.
No.
Because everyone was just like, no, we're never talking about this again. Bye. But I guess it's like the whole Hound of the Baskervilles type thing,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
But yeah. But it was in Mr. Natsume's room after all.
Yeah.
So we did find that
Yeah.
after the court case. Yeah. I think it's I reckon
Oh,
it's
yeah.
that's either final case or the next two cases.
Yeah.
Which I think this isn't the second to last one, is it?
This is the third. I
Third.
think there's 3 cases. Well, this says 5. I think
I
we're in
think
the
there
middle
were
right
5.
now.
It was it was in the ceiling. Goodness, everybody remembers better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Yowie. But yeah, it's something weird and stuff. Let her say another bad word.
Yeah. I
She
hope
can
she
say
comes back.
she can say fuck whenever she likes now, though.
Mm-hmm. Susato-san is back in London.
I guess she can't say fuck whenever I like. Socket's in charge of the button that makes Olive Green say fuck. Thank you.
Specifically for you, this one.
Yeah, well. Should I just take out the you and just have her just say fuck?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's no, anyway. It's hard to describe how happy that made me feel at the time, but despite my elation, our tale was about to take yet another extraordinary turn. To be continued. Okay, thank you for coming to stream.
I like how every single stream so far we've just had like a tiny chunk of case.
Yeah, it's like, but
And
they
then the
take
TBC.
so long.
And you're all like, no, I'm gonna give up here.
Oh, sure, make this my fault.
Seconds before.
We overran so hard.
We did actually overrun pretty hard last time. That's
Yeah.
not the point, is it?
Yeah. So,
oh, it is the point. Okay, fine. I could intend to post Miss Green fuck you to social media if you wanted. As a free download. But I'll probably have to clean her up a bit more because she's kind of rough and ready right now around the edges. It was a funny stream though, yeah.
It was.
Oh, this room. It's been too long. It hasn't changed in the slightest, though.
No.
And it's been some 6 months, hasn't it? That's a long time for things to stay so familiar.
I love how Iris just didn't give us a heads up so we could just, like, I don't know, clean.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know when you might return, and I wanted everything to be as you'd left it. But it has been some 6 months, it's true.
So, is your father alright, Susie? What happened?
Lies! Lies happened.
My father?
Yes, Professor Mikotoba. I mean, it was half a year ago, but that's why he went back to Japan. Because of the telegram you received saying he'd fallen ill with a very high fever for some unknown reason.
That's right. So I was surprised to learn you'd be coming back so soon. Surprised, but happy.
Just triple boss girl.
I think I wrote about it in my letter to you, that it was all a trick. My father is in fine health, and I'm obviously very relieved about that.
Well, we're all delighted to have you back.
It was quite by accident that I've been able to return to Europe, actually. It's because of a very grand conference called the International Forensic Science Symposium. We've got his dad in town too.
Oh my god. It's international forensics. That's the same symposium Lord Strongheart mentioned.
Anyway, I've arrived safe and sound, and all that matters is that I'm here now. After all, I haven't yet fulfilled my promise to you, Iris.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
What was that again?
I have no idea.
Well. You must tell us everything that happened while you were back in Japan.
Yes, of course, I shall.
And there's one more thing. Something you wrote in your letter that particularly grabbed my attention. About, you know who? About Kazuma.
I know. I'll tell you all that I can.
Oh. Oh. You'll start with that. Okay.
After my friend Ray's trial, the reporter who actually killed Miss Brett said something very strange.
I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on in that visiting student's fate. Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know that the guy never made it to England, that he died on that steamship, and that he'll never...
Oh!
Obviously, I couldn't ask him to elaborate at the time. But later, I visited the man in his prison cell and asked him what he was going to say about Kazuma-sama.
Obviously nothing, right? We're going to be like, no. And what did you learn? Nothing.
After he died on the voyage to Great Britain, his body should have been unladen at the port of Hong Kong and passed into the care of the consulate staff there.
Should have been.
Well, it turns out that his body never arrived.
And he's now disguised as La Habrea.
It just disappeared.
This is very normal.
Yes, yeah, he can't be, right? He's got to be like, whoop, hello, madam. You all right, sweet pea?
You all right there, Buffling? What's that, Buff?
Sorry, that little squawking noise was the dog. Did you get stuck in your tail? Did you get stuck in your tail? Are you okay,
She just woke up. What you up for you?
You alright now, being mean? What's up? What's the matter, huh?
Sorry. Tense moment.
Yeah, you okay? You're gonna give me a heart attack one of these days. Yes, you will. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah? You're a good girl, huh? What's the matter, huh? What's the matter with you? Did you get your tail stuck on one of your feet again?
Yeah, if she ever gets her like tail fluff stuck on her foot and she wakes up, she surprises herself and she also makes this squawking noise.
I hope that's what it was anyway. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I hope that's what it was.
They'll be right back.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You were such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah? Give me a high five. Yeah. Good girl. Mwah. You feel better, okay? Don't do that again. Don't do that again. Give me a freaking heart attack. Every time. Blood pressure through the roof. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What? You want to come here and cuddle?
No.
No?
Okay. Okay.
Maybe I'll make you come here and cuddle anyway. How'd you like that, Tracy and 3 degrees and snowing. Wowie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck at work.
Yeah, holy shit.
Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, come here then. Come here.
Time to hold the dog on lap.
Time to hold dog on that. Oh.
They'll be right back. Old dogs.
Old dogs.
Let's have them. Us.
Yeah, we have a really good track record of dogs making
Awful noises
awful
on stream.
noises on stream. Okay. Come on then, woofer. Time to yell in your ear, huh? Time to yell in your ear. Maybe she was just surprised because Kazuma's body disappeared.
Yeah, she was just like,
Come here.
what? Kazuma's body vanished?
Our government tried to cover the fact up, it seems. They erected a grave on the cliffs by our hometown. Except Kazuma-sama isn't there.
Did Professor Mikotoba know about this?
Yes, it would seem that he did.
Okay, this is sus.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all wondered about it. It seemed so sudden.
Yeah.
But he didn't tell me. They're still investigating what happened to Kazuma-sama's body as we speak.
Uh-huh. I just don't believe it. And what is this acute feeling of apprehension I have all of a sudden? And Zeke's turned him into a vampire.
Yeah.
The Kazuma mystery! Alright, let's continue. Thinking back now, some of the things that happened on the SS Buria were definitely strange. Oh, yeah, just 1 or 2, Jesus.
There's just 1 or 2, yeah.
I mean, after he died, we never saw his body again, did we?
Sorry.
What's the dog doing?
Yeah, she was just being a dummy. Because she got her foot stuck on my clothes. And just pulled. You know the way she does when she just tugs herself free? You're such a silly bean.
Never get a small dog.
Sorry, no, never.
Could it be? Could it be that he's actually still alive?
Stop it, Mr. Naruhodo.
It's too much to bear. Or she could also have got her foot stuck in one of her ears. Actually.
She likes doing that.
She's got some tangly stuff in one of them. And I can't brush out on stream because you'll make the squawking noise again.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Just thinking about the possibility pains me so very much.
Shrooms is in on the scandal, yeah, I think he is actually. Are we also going to find out that Iris's dad is not actually dead?
Well, that would be
He
nice
better
too.
at this point.
Everybody lifts.
I'm here for an everybody lives scenario.
Yeah.
Cast your mind back for a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. When Kazuma-sama was discovered, Mr. Sholmes was there, wasn't he? And he definitely examined the body. I remember it clearly.
Yeah, exactly. Like
You should give yourself a little star sticker for calling it.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah. Ooh, this is open this. Ah, you're right. Sholmes. So if Kazuma hadn't actually been dead at all, it would mean that Mr. Sholmes had lied to us.
But there's no reason why he would possibly have done such a thing.
It also means that we, like, convicted an innocent girl.
We didn't necessarily convict her, though, did we?
No, but she did try and escape Russia, and I imagine this did not put her...
I don't think she went back.
No, she went to Hong Kong.
Hmm.
That's why we dropped her off, allegedly. So.
Allegedly, so she might be fine.
But there's no reason why he would possibly have done such a thing.
I suppose that's true, yes. Really?
The idea that he might still be alive somewhere. It wants to fill me with hope, but I can't let it. Because if it turned out not to be true, then I'd be back at the bottom of that awful pit of despair again. I'm terrified of what that might do to me.
Sholmes genuinely thought he was dead, and there was some kind of poison shenanigans making him appear dead. Yeah, we do have rainbow blood detectors, so it's not unbelievable that it might be a Romeo and Juliet situation. We've had another person who was poisoned and we thought they were dead. Or he is a liar, which is also very likely. It's probably the caffeine speaking. Your ear is such a tangly mess, my little bean. Hmm?
Oh, Mrs. Otto. I know she's given the idea the thought it deserves. It's his artisan we're talking about after all. So I probably shouldn't push it now. Oh, okay. Back in Britain.
When I first arrived back in Japan, I really thought I'd never be allowed to return to Britain. But curiously, after that awful trial at the Supreme Court, Father's mood changed entirely.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I had my lying caffeine that day. My apologies, but anyway.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my lying thermos. Oh, silly me. I meant to put on the investigating coffee.
The awful trial? Oh, yes. For the murder of Giselle Brett.
Oh, you dressed as a man then, didn't you, Susie? You kink unlocked. Shut up, I'm 10. Oh, well, yes. Since women are forbidden in the courtroom, I had no choice. Wow, amazing! I wish I'd seen it. Don't you, Bruno?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I want to play at being a lawyer now. I could wear a false moustache, maybe.
I don't think any moustache could hide the fact that you're just 10 years old, Iris. Well,
I mean,
I dispute this. Have you looked at some of the other people who are like running around?
mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Did I never tell you your friend wasn't murdered after all? I must have forgotten! Anyway, look at my definitely real Stradivarius.
Yep. Oh my god.
Absolutely.
There's something else I've been wanting to ask you, Mrs. Arto. It's about the real reason why Professor Mikotoba summoned you back to Japan. You said in your letter it was something to do with that convict's loot we found in Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Oh.
That's right. The very large dog collar we found with the bee emblem on it. Be free. Be yourself. It seems Mr. Natsume included a drawing of the collar in the report he submitted about his time in Britain.
Oh. I thought we were all not supposed to talk about it, you
Yeah,
little
well.
shit. Sir.
I understand that when Father saw the report, he turned as white as a sheet.
Why would that be then?
Father came to Britain himself, of course, to study. It was some time ago now, but he stayed for 6 years. I can only imagine that something must have happened during that time. But if he refuses to tell me what it was, then I intend to find the answers for myself. And I've decided that I, for one, won't keep any more secrets. Oh, Susie.
That's a very meaningful look Susato-san's giving Iris there. Okay. Forensic Science Symposium. Lord Strongheart mentioned something about that symposium too. I think he said that investigating authorities... Sorry. I think he said that I can't say investigative apparently anymore. Anyway, authorities from 40 different countries would attend.
Yes, and from Japan, my father and Judge Jigoku have been invited.
Yeah, huh? The whole gang back together, huh?
Oh!
Oh, except for the one who's dead.
It's something of an honor, I believe.
Well, Professor Mikotoba is the leading expert in forensic medicine in our country, after all. Oh dear, is he gonna murder them all in one swing? Yeah, you know. It's a good point. Anyway, but who's the other person you mentioned? A judge, you say?
Yes, His Excellency Judge Seshiro Jigoku. You've met him, Mr. Naruhodo. Last year in the Supreme Court. You can't possibly have forgotten.
I'd rather.
That terrible trial of yours, when you were accused of murder.
Ah, yes, I try to think of that as a positive turning point in my life these days.
Well, it was Judge Jigoku who presided over that trial.
If I'm perfectly honest, I'd be happy never to see that man's face again in my life.
Oh, well, anyway, as Father was invited to the symposium, he agreed to me returning to Britain too.
Well, anyway, sorry for your trauma.
Oh dear, anyway, he won't actually arrive until next month, but, well, I couldn't wait. So I pleaded with him, and in the end, he agreed to me going on ahead.
Yes, about the symposium. It seems as though Lord Strongheart has put in an awful lot of work to make it happen. It's obviously very important.
I believe it is, yes. As I understand it, Lord Strongheart organised the entire event himself. I think he's hoping that by achieving exceptional results, he'll get the job of Attorney General.
The most senior position in the British justice system.
He's hoping to use his power to create the world's finest policing institution. That's what Father said anyway. Apparently, it's Lord Strongheart's lifelong ambition.
Does Professor Mikotoba know Lord Strongheart personally then, I wonder? I think yes, very much yes.
I think so, yeah.
Actually, Lord Strongheart gave me a long speech all about this very subject only yesterday. But I sort of lost the will to live early on and didn't really listen to much of it.
How trying for you.
Don't be so dismissive. We had a lot going on at the time. Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett, the woman whose unforgivable actions ended in me being wrongly accused of a crime I didn't commit. Should we, maybe take Iris away? The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson. Yes, Giselle Brett. That's a name I won't forget for as long as I live.
The extraordinary thing is, though, it seems it's a name we should all forget.
What? Sorry?
Since the incident, our government's intelligence services have been investigating Miss Brett.
Yes.
But it turns out that an Englishwoman by the name of Giselle Brett didn't actually exist.
It's because she's from America.
Yeah, she's from the South, duh.
Didn't exist, but how can that be?
It was a pseudonym. Her real name was Shen.
Asian.
Asian!
And she wasn't a visiting student either. That was a front.
A front? Who on earth was she then?
Miss A. Shin. Her name is literally all of our intelligence. Her name is literally all our intelligence services have been able to ascertain about her.
Oh.
Yeah, you said it first.
Nobody knows why or even how she came to be in Japan.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It's a complete mystery.
But it makes no sense. It's no easy task to be accepted as a foreign student anywhere. What could the woman have been up to?
I'm afraid I really don't know. The only thing we can be sure of is that she had some business in our country that we don't yet understand.
And now she's been killed. While all the questions surrounding her existence remain unanswered. Oh, thank you.
That's your
Yeah, it's my timer.
yeah. And also, yeah, that my timer on my phone, I found that they had like a version of one of the themes that was like sung by one of the members of BTS, and it's like so tacky, and it's got like yeah, and at the end it's all like life opens up with galaxy, and I was like, this is so tacky, I have to make it my alarm. So now it's my alarm. But sometimes when my alarm goes off, I dance to it for a little bit before I actually go do the thing that the alarm is for, which I think is maybe unhelpful.
But it does make you pay attention to it rather than just swipe it
that's
away.
true. I don't
so in a way
swipe
it is doing its
That's
job.
a good point.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, how's the dog doing?
She's alright. She's pretty chill. Her
Yeah.
ear is really tangly, and I'm trying to get the knots out with one hand while she like lies on my other arm. So if she ends up making like uncomfortable noises or yips or anything, it's because I've accidentally pulled her ear hair, because I'm a bad person. But oh my god, how did you get so much gunk in your ear, my darling?
Yeah, I think because of the way she's lying at the moment, she just
Yeah.
gets those ear hairs. She has really long ear hairs.
Yeah, she has really long ear hairs, and they sometimes just get really tangled up. And all it takes is one little bit of gunk in there, because she also likes to drag them on the ground.
She sure
sometimes when
does. She sure fucking does.
so much stuff, and she's got like these little fine bits at the back where her ears meet her head, and sometimes they kind of all tangle up in one of those big knots, and it needs clipping out. And I don't know how I didn't spot it, because I literally looked for these the other day, didn't I, darling? And you didn't have it then, and now it's like it's been there for weeks.
Yeah.
So you're making me look pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Neglectful.
Yeah, that's the one.
Thanks, Abunda, but I do wonder if she was scratching herself behind the ear and she caught her foot in it.
Yeah, I think that
But
kind
I
of
don't
checks
know.
out with the way she was
Yeah,
sitting.
that yip also is generally the kind of yip that she makes when she's got her fluff stuck.
She likes to also get
Oh,
herself
little
stuck in zips.
She does like to get herself stuck in zips, don't you, my
We have to be
darling?
so careful with this dog. She has no sense of self-preservation
None.
whatsoever.
None.
It's kind of horrid.
You're like a vision into the future, but like only a second or two, so the delay gets rid of it. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
we
that's,
believe
that's
you, though.
semi-useful, I think. Yeah.
Hmm.
So far, we haven't had too many more extra fireworks going off.
Mm-hmm.
It's 9. I think technically it's legal to do fireworks until after midnight today,
Yeah.
which is like one of the only 2 days, I think, in the country when you're
Mhm.
technically allowed to do fireworks late at night. But most of the displays were at the weekend, I think. So.
Yeah.
But I was hoping that we'd get court fireworks today, but no such luck. No such luck.
One sec while I pay for my
Oh,
sniped bid.
did you win it?
I want it. I know this is extremely not important right now, but
I
it's
can't-
rude to let people wait on eBay.
Yeah, it is. I can't even remember what it was that which things you were looking at.
Very
So-
rare Tamagotchis.
Were you looking at... That wasn't the one you bid on,
Sure
was it?
fucking is. Oh, no, it's the other one. It's the party one.
Oh, you got the party
I
one.
got the party
You did
one.
get that
I
one.
got
Oh,
the
that's
party one.
cute. For a good
Pre-owned
price.
for a good price, yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh god, why are my delivery options every and click and collect?
Oh, God. Why is everything being delivered with every right now?
It's because eBay and Etsy set everything up with those.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, everybody. This is very unexciting stream
We
stuff.
got a package from Every today that literally looked like somebody had stepped on it.
God,
And it was covered in brown tape. And a little sticker on the top that was just like... was it...
Repack.
Well,
What was it? Like
Oh my goodness.
Hold on, I got a photo of it. Like.
Packaging repaired by
Yeah,
Every or something
yeah.
like that.
Legitimately.
And it was like, no, you didn't. No.
Yeah. Oh, could you give could you take this and put it in, because you cannot read it
No,
out
I
loud.
am not reading that out on stream.
Here you go.
My
I'm so
security
sorry about
clearance.
this. I actually thought that this stupid listing was like ending.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, this is currently what I do. I just buy cheap electronics.
Submit. There you go.
Yay! Thank you. Hold on. Thank you.
Wow, so exciting. Boy's niece.
I hope it's a not too scratched up unit, but we'll see.
If it is, it is.
Oh.
Oops. Excuse me, YouTube. No, it's not even YouTube. I've just accidentally opened somebody else's stream. I don't want to do that, thanks.
But yeah, it's the thing about
It's
these
not
units.
television.
They're now kind of basically finally out of production, so they're
Yeah.
gonna go up in value quite a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah.
Hi. It's an older unit, the silly one.
Yeah.
That one was a really good price, that one. Like, it's rare, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's
If you get them new, they go for about like 180 quid, and I ain't paying that.
No.
Anyway. You ready to continue?
Yippee!
Sorry, we're back.
Yeah. No, it's cool. We're good. Yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed their tea break. I'm afraid so. I have no idea what we're talking about anymore.
Oh no! It's disconnected me!
Oh no, my goodness. I'm sorry.
I'm a good streamer. Oh
That's
my
too
god.
funny. While you were on eBay.
Oh,
we
no.
disconnected.
Oh.
Don't forget to
No,
hide
I
it
gotta-
before
I
you
gotta-
blind everybody with greed.
I'm not.
You do have tea here. Good. I have tea too. What's
Good.
your tea like? What kind of tea do you got?
There we go. Suza's
bean.
just blinking again.
Yay! Didn't even notice.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey,
Also,
shit.
her head is steaming.
Oh,
Hey,
God, it
shit.
is. Who on earth was she? And why do I feel as though I've heard that name before? Somewhere.
Well, plum and cinnamon. Oh, that sounds.
Oh, that sounds really
good.
nice.
I have some like ginger seagrass concoction. Hi, Iris. We definitely weren't talking about the woman who murdered your father.
It must be about a year ago now. I wrote a really long story based on some of my father's older notes. It's about one of Hurley's greatest exploits. I called it The Hound of the Baskervilles.
But that Mr. Shams forbade you from publishing it. And put a manuscript somewhere nobody could get their hands on it.
So nobody knows anything about it, apart from Hurley and I.
Oh, and
you know,
Suzato,
Suzato
who
San
just
for some
ran in.
reason.
Read it even.
But for some reason, you knew the title of it, didn't you, Susie?
She hadn't been snooping. Oop,
No.
sorry.
Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it.
Uh-huh.
Suzato just sounding a little bit like Iris there. I will fix that.
That's
in
because
post.
she's remembering it. Iris is
Yeah,
doing
of
the narrating in her
course.
voice,
Yeah,
so it sounds
well
a bit
done.
like
Yeah,
her.
good job.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't tell me how you'd come to know it.
Yes, but I made you a promise that I would explain one day, didn't I? I think it's time.
Oh,
Wow, we're getting all the juicy details
No,
right now.
right? I'm only sorry I've had to keep it from you for so long, Iris.
The Hound of the Baskervilles.
It was completely by accident that I came to know the title of your manuscript, Iris. It was a short while before we left Japan. I was cleaning Father's study, and I saw something on his writing desk. A large box of papers.
Oh my god, did Sherm send it to?
Right?
there was a label affixed to the box that was written in English. It read, "The Hound of the Baskervilles."
What?
My Baskerville story? Of course, I had no idea what it was at the time. But Father came in and...
Susato, what are you doing?
Oh, Father!
Did you look at those papers?
No! I simply read the label, that's all.
Well, put it out of your mind.
Sorry?
Forget you ever saw it, and certainly don't tell anybody else about this. Do you understand? Okay, if you're gonna all act all sussy about it, don't leave it out in the open like that, full stop. Like, don't have it writing on the outside. Anyway.
Was that astonishing acting or almost an actual slip? We shall never know because I ain't telling.
But what was Iris's manuscript doing in Japan?
I assume that was Watson's notes in that case.
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But when I heard Iris mention the word Baskerville that day, the title just slipped out. Oh, Father! I would never have guessed.
That's hard to say.
That it was an unpublished account of one of Mr. Sholmes's exploits.
Every man in the game who isn't Ryunosuke is definitely sassy. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anyone who isn't sassy besides him. Because even our bestie was sassy.
Do you know what? I actually think Funseeks is less sussy than most of the other men in this game.
Funseeks is not so much sus as he's just tragic and he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he's like tragic, he's sad, he doesn't want to talk about it, and it's made him kind of mean.
Yeah.
Because he's like closed off.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't think he's ever been as sussy. I mean, yeah, actually, Suzaki-san is pretty unsus. Although the soap was sus. Anxious and unlucky. Yeah, it's true though.
Mm-hmm.
And Sholmes is extraordinarily sassy.
Yeah.
And he covers it up with all his fluffy hair and his Stradivarius and his ha-ha-ha's. Yeah.
When I returned to Japan, I asked Father to explain, but he refused to answer any of my questions. And there was no sign of the big box in his office.
So Strongheart is extremely sus. If he's not actually sus, I will be so surprised.
That's really all I know about it.
But he is Pokemon villain coded, so maybe...
In this game he's fine.
Yeah, maybe in this game he's absolutely peachy.
I've no doubt that Father has a very good reason for being so secretive about it, but still... I made up my mind to explain myself to both of you.
Let's make a tier maker list of all the men and rank them by how sus they are. That's a good idea.
Oh yeah. I would.
When this case is over, like when this game is over, shall we just
do? If there's not one that already exists, I need to make one.
Yeah. Do you think there's gonna be a sus list?
I mean, but there might be a list.
We'll have
tier
to make them. Oops. According to how sus they appeared to be.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to see. 1 second. If there's like
as long as you don't make that list first.
Rank Ace Attorney Men.
I don't think the ranking is going to be.
Sometimes they exist here.
Oh right, you mean like create one? I see. That's what you meant.
But this is the wrong game.
Well, yeah. What do you expect? You just went for like
Ace Attorney.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I was expecting all of them, but these are all Phoenix Wright. Come on. Yeah, I was thinking about the tier list makers. If that one exists, I'm not gonna look for much longer.
Yeah,
but if
we're
they
on
exist,
tier maker.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, we could try other.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
I just wanted to do a quick search, see if there was one already. But clearly I have to do a deeper search.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being so honest, Susie. So, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm ready to start investigating if you are. I don't need to try and escape. No, your ear needs brushing. I've committed every detail about the case to memory. And Iris has told me about the disturbing happenings at the Waxwork Museum as well.
So, you're fully abreast of the situation already, Mrs.
I'm
Archer.
full of breasts, yes.
I'd expected nothing less, to be honest.
I would think our first port of call should be to investigate this Mr. Drebber. I have my book. It tells me everything. The engineer responsible for building the elaborate machine that was used to effect this extraordinary trick.
Yes, conjurer of sorts by the sound of it. Well known in the fields of science and magic.
Then we need to go and arrest him.
Yeah. Well, yes. He must know the truth behind this case. So I agree, we really need to find the man. Like, this is not like the job of the police, you know?
I think,
like
yeah, it's kind of important. Like, given that they were all like, well, we need to investigate him now.
It sounds like it's a case of tracking someone down. Which is a job for the police. Or a great detective.
Yeah, the judge literally said he was going to be dragged into court. Like, yeah. Suzato was there when they said that.
Oh, shoot.
Are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of? I think is what he said.
Hold on. Are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of? Yeah, sorry. I was like, oh. We don't have much time, so we need to get started straight away, I think.
Oh yeah, no, he did. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Von
Von Zieks was like
to do
literally
it.
like,
Yeah, you're right.
Which is also like, what?
But yeah, police know Von Zieks. Yes.
It's like, yes, lawyers,
Yeah,
well
it's
trained
true.
to arrest people?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, Von Zieks is pretty good at all this jobbies, but
Good idea. Well, best of luck then.
Oh, you're not coming today?
I'm going to Brixton Road shortly for the herb market.
Yeah.
he can splash wine in his face from a great distance. I think he's very accurate.
But let me know later how you got on, won't you?
Whereas with Van Zieks is that he will hoard evidence until we find out enough without it. That is also very true. And let's not talk about Iris and the pull of the herb market, shall we?
That was a little abrupt. The pull of the herb market must be strong.
Can we don't?
She needs to get Sholmes' coffee
Caffeine. Yes.
for his caffeine.
Yeah, for his morning caffeine fix.
Yeah.
What to do? What to do? Dog ear trimming noises.
What to do?
Do you know? I honestly thought I might never have the opportunity to return to Great Britain. And certainly not so soon.
It's funny. For the past 6 months, I haven't been able to work in court. Meanwhile, you've been raising a storm in the Supreme Court of Judicature? Judicature? Back in Japan!
Sholmes invented energy drinks. Yeah.
Please, Mr.
Oh.
Naruhodo, I may have been dressed as a man, but it was a very reserved performance.
So, what your father said in his letter about Ryutaro takedown is reserved.
Well, anyway, I'm back here in this great capital now, and ready to assist you again in any way I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Arto.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Naruhodo.
I'll examine the rooms again. Your room through there should be exactly as you left it. I've I've still never been inside. I've never been invited.
Of course not. Only Iris is allowed in my room.
No doubt I'll be hearing you two giggling away in there again.
Teehee.
Start snipping noises now.
Yes, it was. I told you. Dog trimming ear noises.
You see, I've been keeping my desk beautifully covered in papers as always.
You really must tidy it all up, Mr. Naruhodo. No more excuses.
But Mr. Giotto, the way I see it, all these papers building up on my desk... Sorry, all these papers building up on my desk like this are a reminder of my wonderfully diverse daily life. I like to leave them as they are, so I never forget how lucky I am to have such varied experiences.
In that case, you should definitely have a thorough tidy. And then you'll be able to see your papers building up all over again and feel that joy renewed.
Still can't beat her in an argument, even though I'm the lawyer here. Yeah, well, she managed to do an entire court case without being trained at all.
Yeah.
Also,
And
she
dressed
has
as a man.
Yeah, exactly. And she has a magical book, which I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it means it's all stored in her brain.
Yeah. I think so too.
New location has been added. So we go to the Sholmes' suite.
Home, sweet homes. The dog didn't like that joke.
I am very surprised. Okay, is there anything going on here? I'm not gonna go through everything, I'm sorry. Mostly, it's not that I don't care, but this game, when you don't read it out loud, is allegedly about 60 hours.
Yeah.
Um,
And when we do read it out, it seems to be considerably longer, isn't that right, Harry Dave?
I do like this fireplace. It's one of the best things I've seen since we, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
just
much the same old.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Warm blanket and table, so nice.
Don't mistakenly put your feet into the fire, will you? Yeah. We saw that before,
Yeah.
before she went back
Yeah.
in the previous-ish sort of case. Yeah.
You suffer terrible burns, you know.
Yeah.
I worry sometimes about how Susato-san sees me.
Yeah, you should worry.
Anyway, let's be on the move. Do you want to go to... Do you
It's
know?
a
I
shame
don't...
that we can't just invade Van Seeks' house again.
It's so sad, right? Like,
Mhm.
this is... Like, come on! I just want to drop... Oh, okay.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Is that who I think it is?
Yeah, I think it's that person from the artwork we were wondering
Yeah,
about.
we have
Mhm.
theories. I'm not going to voice them.
No.
Oh, who's that standing beside Lord Strongheart?
I wonder. I've never seen her before.
Oh my god, why did the ticking suddenly stop?
Ah. He's got a bomb. Ah, the young champion of the court. You had some success this morning, I understand. And you've thrown the entire government into disarray as a result.
Oh. You mean because of Professor Harebrayne's experiment?
Sham science being demonstrated at London's Great Exhibition. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrabbling to respond. Lord Van Seeks is in Whitehall as we speak, giving an emergency briefing.
Oh dear, I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for having been taken in. The special dispensation that prevents investigation on the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, my forensic investigation team will move in and deal with that scrap metal in no time.
It's scrap metal now, is it?
Until later then, Lord Strongheart. Yes, thank you.
Who was that?
That was Dr. Courtney Scythe, Scotland Yard's esteemed chief coroner.
Oh.
I bet she's the Reaper. She's leading the forensic investigation team's handling of this case.
I mean, she's the forensic, like, coroner whole bloody
Yeah.
thing. It's like, yeah.
She was just delivering her report about the victim, in fact. They both look like Pokemon villains. They'd be, like,
Yeah, oh my
in
god.
a team.
You're right.
Or on opposing teams.
Yeah. Like, these guys really do feel like they would have made great villains in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
That's true.
Like... I see. About Mr. Assman.
Following the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked the coroner's office to re-evaluate the findings. I don't have time to tell you what she concluded. If you want to know, you'll have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensics laboratory.
Ah, right.
Now, what were you here to see me about? I can give you, 7 minutes and 39 seconds of my time.
So he's not running quite spectacularly late anymore. Lord Fenzies, because that's what we really care about.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about Lord Fenzies, actually. I heard that his older brother was killed some years ago by a mass murderer known as the Professor, who targeted nobles and royalty. Is that right?
You Japanese are a thorough lot. You've done your research well. Yes. And you could say it was that very incident that gave rise to the Reaper.
What? Why?
When his brother, Clint Van Siex, was murdered. It was just after young Baroque had graduated from the University of London and become a prosecutor. When obvious criminals who managed to evade conviction in court started disappearing, rumours quickly spread throughout the capital. Londoners started to say that wherever Baroque Van Siex went, the ghost of his dead brother wasn't far behind.
Oh, my word.
So, Lord Fenzies isn't the Reaper. It's the ghost of his brother?
Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles.
Okay.
Sure.
The Forensic Investigation Team. What exactly is the Forensic Investigation Team that you mentioned before?
The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace forensic science and everything it has to offer. I first created the Forensic Investigation Team a year ago now. Unofficially, of course. To pave the way.
Goodness, a year ago.
At next month's symposium, I intend to present the results of their work to the world. Once I do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensics division. He really does sound like he's going to try and rewrite the universe, doesn't he?
He does.
And once that happens, the position of Attorney General will be mine, and criminals will suffer dearly.
Yeah. What do you mean?
For too long, those scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. But London's scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell.
Okay. Yeah, no, he still continues to be very Pokemon villain coded.
Extremely. Like, yeah, he's about to just, I don't know, whip out, like, a couple legendaries he's, like, caught with laser beams.
Yeah. And, yeah.
I intend to see to it, personally. By creating the finest police force the world has ever known to protect our honour and our future. The birds flying in the background is a nice touch.
Look at those eyes. He means every word.
Yeah, he's pretty scary. Dr. Scythe is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially establish the forensics division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman.
As we were saying, same team.
Yeah. Same team, evil team. Do 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 do. Now then, speaking of the symposium, Miss Migatoba.
Oh, yes, my lord.
Your father should be on the high seas as we speak, making his way here to represent the Empire of Japan.
Yes, that's right. I understand he will arrive at the beginning of next month.
Are you acquainted, Lord Strongheart? With Professor Migatoba, I mean.
It was many years ago now, but yes, I remember Dr. Migatoba very well. That's alright, sorry. It's just my footstool.
Whee! On you go. Try not to make sassy noises.
Challenge.
Good job.
Ears trimmed, tail brushed. Dog fixed.
Yeah. Hey, Thierry. No, I'm not picking you up.
Desk covered in hair.
Well, she did a big shake, so I think she's got her stuff
Good.
stuck. That's the problem. You get one dog with like. That's a nice collection of hair you got there.
Yeah, you get one dog who, anyone who was on our streams at the time will know.
Yeah.
But used to happen on the regular. Poor Sid.
Traumatized forever.
Yeah, legitimately. She makes like one uncomfortable noise and I'm like, oh my god, baby's dying! Yeah. And if my memory serves, it was some 15 years ago now that your father came to Britain as a visiting student.
It was the year I was born, so yes, 16 years ago in fact.
Migatoba was a young practitioner of forensic science, and Jigoku accompanied him as a young, promising judge. The punctiliousness and politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us greatly. Not that I wish to imply impoliteness or carelessness on your part in any way.
I didn't think that you were.
Dr. Migatoba studied forensics at one of London's large hospitals. St. Sinners, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. Scythe was also there then, as it happens.
Well, everybody seems to know each other.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, just be grateful they're not all on the jury.
Give it time.
Then Dr. Scythe knows my father, does she?
Your father is starting to sound a bit sassy, Susanna.
Pretty fucking sassy. She was a young medical assistant at the time, so I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I've no doubt they knew each other superficially. After all, Dr. Migatoba was here studying his subject for some 6 years in total.
6 years? That's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it?
I lived with my grandmother in those years.
So he left his newly born daughter behind and went overseas for 6 whole years?
It was a rather turbulent time at home.
Oh boy! Oh.
Perhaps father wanted a reason to get away.
Oh, okay!
Okie dokie! Cool.
Okay.
That's nice, lovely, wonderful, wow! Jeez.
What do you mean? Why? Well, clearly something was going on. Clearly something was going on at the time. That's
Cool.
Well. Oh yes, Lord Strongheart.
Go ahead.
It's about Professor Harebrayne's experimental machine. We'd like your permission to examine the remains, if possible.
Are you well versed in science, then? No, but we might bring Sholmes with us.
Not in the slightest. In fact, you could say I was barely aware of the subject at all until recently.
Well, the special dispensation legally preventing investigation of the machine is currently being annulled.
Within a few hours, Dr. Syde's team of forensic experts will begin their own investigation. But I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the wreckage, as long as you touch nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna see where the sassy sausage has gone.
I'm gonna go find her.
You gotta go find her?
Yeah, don't worry.
Alright. Thierry has left the room. Anyway, Pockets. I'm not self-projecting at all. Trust me. He's checking where the dog has gone. He probably just wanted to have a sip somewhere, but you know. Sorry, yeah, she had a sister that was murdered by her aunt. Yeah, and her aunt was a British prosecutor and closest friend to Strongheart or something. You know what? That checks out. Yeah. 100%. Like, this game at this point has gotten so crazy convoluted with how everybody knows everybody. Like, I'm convinced that Sholmes knew her father as well, considering how old Sholmes is supposed to be. Like, I don't actually remember how old Mikotoba is. I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on. Mikotoba... Jujin Mikotoba. What is his age? He is... he's 42. And Sholmes being in his 30s, they could definitely have met. A lot. I actually forget if the game at this point like confirmed it, or if I'm just remembering it. Well, yeah, actually, I mean, I can look in the record log, but... Let's see. Wait, some people... Did I just scroll past him repeatedly? I mean, Strongheart is 53, so he's definitely evil grandpa by these standards. Yeah, Sholmes is 34. Quick, shoot him with a crossbow, yeah. He is the Bohemian boy. I like how his name was so ridiculous that they was like, no, we're just gonna name him Bohemian boy. Okay, so Courtney is a Scotland Yard coroner, leader of the forensic investigation team, and one of Lord Strongheart's most trusted allies. So we definitely can't trust her. So no, we Mikotoba has just left the building because he's not relevant to this case. Yeah, definitely not a vampire either, no, like, I do really like her though, so far. Like, originally when I saw her concept art, I was wondering if she was like related to Van Zieks in a way, because she kind of has the same cold demeanor as he does. I was like, is she like one of his siblings? But no, clearly not. Yeah, at this point, if the mask guy doesn't consume her, because originally when I saw him, like, he has a similar jawline, doesn't he? That's all we can say. Yeah, there's Allah bread. Hello.
Everything's fine as far as I'm aware.
Oh, is our sausage sausage fine?
Yeah, she was in the kitchen looking for...
Oh, she was looking...
She wanted to go outside, so I'm just gonna grab my torch.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
After her. Okay, sorry for the wait.
That's okay. Dog sometimes needs to do it. Okay, so this is a side note. Thierry, like I think we've mentioned before, she's obsessed with carrots and salad. So if we ever have carrots, she will just see whenever we're not looking in the kitchen if there are any carrot scraps that we've dropped. Like, we can drop meat and she doesn't give a shit. But carrots, she will literally murder a man for carrots. It's insane. So yeah, she's gone back down to look for carrots. Such legislation! That is not my intention! No, it's true though. But you know, I really hope it's Kazuma because I'd like him to be alive. So goes Sosumi. I am super into the everybody lives kind of storyline. Because I am a weak-willed. Teary, what are you doing? Teary goes, get out. Okay, so the dog is fine. Teary, next case. Come on. Yeah, she just went onto the under the desk to look if there's any carrot pieces. But yeah, so this is why we can't have carrots as often as we'd like, because the dog gets awfully obsessive about it. But yeah. Victim pocket. Well, I haven't seen her. She's been outside for a while now. So and the dog is here. It's pretty sus. Teary, did you just go back under there again? Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is the problem. Teary is adorable, but she's a black dog. And for love nor money, cameras will not capture her. I don't know if anybody else with black animals has this problem, but they just turn into a void. It's one thing with cats. They on the whole you can see their eyes, but she also has like dark eyes. So she just turns into this absolute cryptid. Oh. Yeah, Asman, well, he's dead. I'm just like flipping through all the men here, like we discussed earlier. Sus. Super sus. Sus. Just tragic. Super sus. I mean, Albert is not really sus, he's just...
Science.
He's just science, which I guess makes him sussy.
Sussy.
You know what? Greggy is not actually that sus. Like, nah, he tried to strike a deal, but I wouldn't call him
that's
sus.
true. He
was just trying to do his job.
Like, we briefly thought he was kind of sus, but
Yeah.
actually he was just...
No, Gregson isn't sus.
Yeah.
I don't call him sus. Yeah, no, he's fine. I mean, he's part of the... He's a detective. But he also seems to be giving Gina a chance, so I'm gonna have to give him points. Like, you know...
You counterpoint Gregson is a cop, yeah, it's a good point.
That's the problem,
Yeah.
he's a cop, so therefore he will forever
Yeah,
be...
what's this?
That makes
Are we
him a
all
bastard.
speculating on whether or not both killed me?
Yeah. Yeah. She came up here being all sussy.
Yeah?
Under your desk and things.
Oh, wow.
Looking for more carrot pieces. Yeah, she seems fine. She's digging. Yeah. Yeah, you old lady.
Mm.
Okay, anyway. Woo! Thank you. Being able to look at it is
Oh, yeah,
better
yeah.
than nothing.
You're right, Greggy's name was literally on that message, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'd forgotten.
Yeah.
He was literally part of them.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to see it too. So actually, yeah, hang on. Is Gregson the only one on that list who's not dead?
Yeah. Oh no!
Apparently. Right?
Yeah.
Because it was Kazuma, Wilson,
Mm-hmm. Greg
Shin,
Yeah. Yeah, Asian.
and Gregson.
Yeah.
That was 4, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, Gregson.
That's Greggy, you're kind of
You're
in
in
danger.
trouble, boy.
And I'll be able to see it too.
I mean, Shin is dead.
Yeah. Shin is
Is
Jose Brat.
yeah. Yeah.
Shin. That was
Yeah,
her name.
that was her name, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we just found that out. Susato
Yeah, she's
found
actually
out
dropped
that
that.
Jose Brett was like a pseudonym,
Yeah.
and yeah, I know that feels like that's one of the reasons why I kind of didn't want to say it
Mm-hmm.
when they were talking about how like Jose Brett was a pseudonym, because I was like, that just seems really disappointing.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, okay, so that just happened.
Yeah, you did call it seconds
Yeah,
before it was
I
said
believe
though,
you.
but like, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we saw that and I looked over and your comment was there. I was just like, ooh. I've said this bit, haven't I?
Well, yeah.
Just checking. Your time is up.
I hope not.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, this guy is obsessed with time, and then we have somebody who's literally named Scythe. I am not here for it. So we have time and death here.
Yep. You'll have to excuse me now, I'm afraid. My next engagement calls.
So what's his fate? I am a cat. Went back to Japan. What's his name?
Thingy. Natsu.
Natsume. He's actually not that sus.
No, we discussed that.
Yeah, no. He's the least sus after.
Yeah,
Us.
which is funny for someone who's been arrested twice. He's like
Yeah.
the least sus, Sasaki-san.
Yeah, Sasaki. Yeah.
Sasaki Natsume.
Yeah.
These Natsume.
We are extremely sorry to have troubled you when you were so busy, my lord.
I have important matters to attend to in preparation for the symposium, you understand? Do I understand, though? Do I?
I want to actually check out the throne for a second. Just
Yeah.
sitting behind that desk must make you feel so important, don't you think?
Would you like to have an office like this, Mr. Naruhodo? With such a grand desk?
It looks like it's made out of stone. It looks
It
horrific
looks
to
really,
work on. Like,
really
so
awful
cold!
to
Can
work
you
on.
imagine?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Ugh.
Too cold in the winter, but in the summer, with the light coming in through that clock thing, unless it's just like a big light effect,
Yeah.
you know, where you have like a light box in a windowless room that's made up to look like a window. That.
Yeah.
Too hot.
They're too hot. Like
Like a greenhouse.
Yeah. No, thank you.
The
Alright.
name Symposium just sounds like my dome of evil operations to me. Yeah, honestly, I think that it should be renamed. Like, the meaning should be changed in the dictionary. Because Symposium just does sound evil, always, no
It
matter how
does.
you use it. My Symposium.
Yeah, there's literally no way of. Yeah.
I think it might actually not be implied to be inside the clock tower, whichever it's whatever it's what is that called? The clock tower. That Big Ben's in. Because I think at one point they said that the machinery, they're not even Iris's, I think. Didn't Iris say, I can't speak. Didn't Iris say at one point that she didn't even think that the clockworks did anything? Didn't she just say that she suspected that they were just there for show? And she wasn't 100% sure. If it is inside that clock tower, when the clock chimes, everyone will die of head exploding.
Uh-huh.
The gears are to chuck criminals into. Yeah. The gears are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Iris was all like, yeah, gears for show. Don't think they do anything actually. I think the clock's a farce. I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Who? Me? No, I don't think so.
Oh?
Well, imagine if you suddenly found yourself needing the toilet. You'd have so far to go. See,
Yeah.
I can get behind this.
He understands.
Yeah.
How true. Perhaps the important people who work in ostentatious offices like this haven't considered such things.
This means he doesn't hydrate, which is
Yeah,
suspicious.
very suspicious. Or he has a bucket behind there, which is somehow worse. Be glad it's so far
Oh,
away.
thank you for reminding me that I have not fed my Tamagotchi.
Yeah, feed your Tamagotchis. One of mine is asleep, and the other one is almost starving to death.
Sorry for the wait. I mean, again, I cannot believe. Repeatedly during this stream, I'm like, hold on, I
Yeah,
need
you're
to feed
breaking
my
off.
Tamagotchi.
Like, first I take the actual real animal out,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I take my fake animal
Yeah.
out. Shopping.
Yeah.
Didn't take the dog out shopping though, did I? So,
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, I may have already, like, sorry, off comment. I'm so glad that Tamagotchi is back.
Same. And really popular too.
Yeah. I'm so glad that everybody's like, yes,
Yeah.
we want to play with these things again, because for the longest time you could just import them from Japan, and it's
And
like,
that was
great.
it. Yeah.
Now they're like English releases.
Yeah, which is brilliant. And then you guys have to sit on stream and listen to us.
Talk about it. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
He has exactly 5 minutes and 14 seconds to allocate for toilet time. And not a moment longer.
I want to go to Vinzing's place.
Yeah, I want to go to his house and bother him again. It was fun the last time we went there.
I don't believe with any business that would require a visit just at the moment. Yeah,
You not heard about just saying hi, Suzanne Tuzan?
Dude, we literally, I need your opinion if that's like, a friendo.
Yeah, the
Like, what
business
if he's
of being
there?
a pest. I
Oh.
think you'll find. He better not leave without washing his hands. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, if he runs over, he skips the soap. You know it.
Oh, are we going to have to also start?
No, she wasn't there with us. Exactly. She has to be now.
Yeah.
What?
I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna have to start also, like, sorting people by whether or not they wash their hands after they...
I think we might.
In Ray's case, Gregson is definitely on the chopping board.
Yeah. Iris is very fastidious. Sholmes not so much. Sholmes is a shake and go, I think.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I don't mean for peeing, am I right?
Oh, I made a great mistake.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Well, to be fair, I did test whether or not the mic was on when we started streaming by saying pee pee poo poo. So, honestly...
Yeah, you were like, no, this is not the kind of stream we're doing. I was like, yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, it is. Uh-huh. He just changes his gloves. I know, I hate that. Do you think he wipes with the gloves and then just throws them down the toilet? Is he solely responsible, single-handedly, for London's sewerage blockages? Sholmes would wash, but you think he'd have some invention to do it? Look, I can wash on the go! I think he had one of those, but then he may have been arrested for indecent exposure, and now he no longer has one.
Oh my god. Please.
Pee pee poo poo.
Oh. I gotta go to Madame Tossballs.
No.
The man's wearing the hats.
And it's all super expensive leather gloves, but to him it's his wipes, yeah. Uh-huh. Only wipe with kid leather! Oh my! No wonder it's called the House of Horrors! Well, I'd like to turn on my heels and go straight home. Via the confectionery. And the gift shop, obviously. You've got to go to the gift shop. Come on! You can't just leave. Gift shop, gift shop, gift shop, best bit. Used to work in a gift shop. That's my source. I swear to God, if the mortician is corrupt and the dude is just dead at the bottom of the stupidly high platform they built, you'll be so annoyed. Honestly, yeah, same.
Oh, same.
I will be very upset. This man has to be alive. But then we were just discussing, like, so if this man's alive, we've also had one man who wasn't actually dead. And then if Kazuma-sama's just not been dead this whole time as well. I don't know how I feel about any of this. Has anybody actually really died ever in this game ever?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, just good point. The omnibus did die, you're right.
Ah.
Maybe we could bring the omnibus back with science.
Us just building a new boss.
Magnus McGriddled, yeah.
Oh my god!
Olive's fiance, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, no, it's true. Eggy did make sure he died.
Yeah.
And Olive's fiance is dead, yes.
Which is quite sad.
That is actually quite upsetting, yeah. He did seem nice. And Iris's dad is probably dead, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty dead, I reckon.
Yeah.
Unless none of them are dead. On the list.
Yeah, and they're all pretending to be dead.
Yeah, and old Shin over there wasn't actually dead either. She was just faking it.
I wish.
And Gregson... They're just waiting for him to die of a coronary...
Yeah.
Coronary! Thank you, Michael. Omnibus is fine, it's out back. It's not... Socket told me that the omnibus is on a farm with all the other omnibuses playing in the fields all day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mr. Windybank was actually dead. Yeah, he was pretty... Yeah, there was a lot of blood on that, yeah. Gregson is single-handedly responsible for the Great Potato Famine. Yeah. Windybank was actually pretty sad because he was trying to protect.
Yeah, legitimately.
But yeah, Olive was also pretty upsetting. And he wasn't even like an on-screen death, as it were. We just learned about him.
Mm-hmm.
But... Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's your line.
I know, I was just making sure that, you know, being scared makes you crave sweets. I can understand that.
I was looking forward to a reunion after 6 months away, but There's no sign of Mr. Sholmes anywhere.
That's strange. He should be here investigating the abduction of the waxwork. Well, I suppose we'll have to come back again later. Do you think that man here was actually dead?
Maybe.
Ah, yes. The heavy curtains in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whatever's on the other side of them, you just know is going to be terrifying, don't you?
A big empty space.
The sign says it's the Madame Tussauds special exhibit. It seems you have to pay extra to go inside.
I know! Can you believe that? Pay more money? As if we haven't been scared enough already!
It's not my doing, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah, you're right. He's not here.
This one's posture reveals his weakness.
Sorry?
The killer's stance leaves him wide open to attack. I'm quite sure I could see him off. With a Susato takedown, then a Susato squash, and finally a Susato smash.
Right.
And if that doesn't render the culprit unconscious, a Susato slam should finish him.
A Susato slam.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's rather hard to explain. Leave yourself open slightly, and I'll demonstrate.
Absolutely not. That is... Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean... No. We do not smash Susato.
No. But Susato is allowed to smash.
No,
Oh,
I didn't
boy.
go back!
And
Yeah, I'm
apparently
sorry.
she's
This,
allowed to do it twice.
she's very, very exciting talking about her takedown.
Her techniques, yes.
That old policeman isn't here now, obviously. I still can't believe he just happened to be on the jury, though.
I'd understood that London has a population of 6 million people, and yet you do seem to run into the same people disproportionately often, don't
Just
you?
love the fact that the game's like, yes, we know.
Yeah, like the shadow of the one on the ground doesn't match up. No. I'm gonna just say that there's like some kind of weird lighting system in here that's kind of making this like omni light thing that means her hand is also like
Yeah. Yeah, we just
oddly
ignore it.
lit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my theory and I'm sticking to it because otherwise I'll go mad.
Oh, what a horrifying scene! A murderer caught in the grisly act.
Otherwise we'll end up talking about those flags for like 5 hours again, like we did that one
those
time.
flags, whoops. And the hot air balloons, which I definitely didn't have a
Do
breakdown
not.
over last time.
Do not.
So they were gas balloons, not hot air balloons, which is a completely different thing.
It's okay, do I need to pull out the Lego review?
No, you don't. It's fine, thank you.
I know. And in any case you were wondering, is the one with the big knife that's supposed to be the killer?
So it's actually referencing a review of a Lego botanical garden that it was like Lego Ideas Botanical Garden, which I think is beautiful and I really like. But this person went on a massive long rant about the fact that it's not really a botanical garden, it's more of a greenhouse, and it's not even really a greenhouse, it's more of a green room. So it's sort of a botanical room with, and it was extraordinarily
It was like this
passionate.
Yeah, it was passionate. Somebody just really cared.
Yeah. So now every time I reference the hot air balloon conversation we had last week, Socket reminds me of the botanical garden green broom review that we read the other day, and I feel bad about myself.
Oh,
think-
don't be so dramatic.
Anybody would be in any doubt about that. Surely?
Also need to point out it was my Shrek only fan.
Oh yeah.
420.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you ever go onto the Lego website, I'm sure you can find it.
Yeah.
Anyway. And did you know that according to the description, the bathtub at the back had no particular significance?
A name you can trust. Yeah.
What, really? I would have thought it was meant to show that the killer also worked in a bathhouse, peddling criminal wares.
Aha! We have a new theory.
It's so funny that keeps coming back
Yeah.
up. I love it.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Oh, well, let's go to the forensic laboratory or whatever it is.
Your Yorkie is pestering you for a carrot, but it's almost 10 p.m.
Yeah, the small dogs and carrots, man, they
Yeah.
are pests.
No, it's true. They're awful. Like,
I was
we've already had to
installing
stop
that.
giving
Yeah.
giving Tiri salad.
I literally
Because if we give her salad, did you talk about the salad?
just the carrot
Just the
obsession,
carrot,
but also
yeah.
But yeah, we can't give her salad anymore because she turns into actual tyrant.
Yeah.
She
But now it seems like she started doing the exact same for carrot too. This does look like an extremely normal lab. There's no organ playing. Do you think the desk turns into like a pipe organ? For
Yeah.
special occasions.
why are there still blood stains on the fuck? Who the fuck is cleaning
Well,
this?
Clearly, she's not very fastidious.
I'm really sorry. I just read period and like after
Period
nothing else.
appropriate,
Like,
yeah.
I
To
just
be-
read period. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, that's one reason to have blood stains, but
Well,
still.
yeah. I mean,
Still
okay,
good.
look, sometimes, okay, every lady at a certain time of the month has just given up, okay? Just given up. It's just how it be, okay?
Oh.
Every AFAB person, it's like, no, I'm done. It can stay. That's why that is true,
Yeah.
correct. Can you play Dancing Mad on it? Definitely.
Mhm.
Any good pipe organ, you can.
Sorry, it is invented.
It's
Vampires.
true though, but this is London.
Yeah. So
Everything
therefore-
is made out of subway tunnels, but the furniture is always vampire-esque. That's actually, I'm not even joking, that's how half
Yeah.
of London looks.
It really does.
You walk in, it's like, oh, this is amazing goth goth decor,
Mhm.
but this is in an old mouldy subway tunnel. Probably literally still
Yeah.
under the arches. Same with Manchester. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever been to Manchester.
I can appreciate that it also seems to
I
have
can
like
believe it.
the nasty damp stains.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody
like,
really
at the
studied.
ceiling.
Somebody really studied it. If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. Yeah, that is also what I always say.
Yeah. That bird, I think, is a robot.
Oh, the owl or the crow?
The crow.
Because I think they're both robots, actually.
Yeah, potentially. Mm-hmm.
Manchester's like London, but somehow more industrial. Wowie.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If a body's a wax model, they probably added the blood to fake a wound. Oh my goodness, what if it's like the fake blood that stains really badly and she actually can't get it off her table?
It's a metal table.
Yeah? You've never stained metal with fake blood before?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Just real blood.
Weren't a theatre student then, were you? Yeah, the murderous chandelier is definitely primed to be used for murder. That thing drops and kills you instantly. The lighting in here is pretty bad for autopsies though, not gonna lie.
See, I like to think that the murderous chandelier is kind of a workout device that she just hold on to and then she does some pull-ups.
That's true too. But then what happens if in the middle of your pull-up the chandelier falls down? That's not, the chandelier is then full of knives and
That's
you
a
are
test
underneath
of your
it.
reflexes.
Foolish of me, you are correct, yes.
I believe this is it. Dr. Size Laboratory.
I was wide open for that one, wasn't I? Plot twist, it's just rust, yeah.
That chemical smell really assaults the nose. And there's plenty to assault the eyes in here too.
Now I can smell what it smells like and I hate that so much.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Oh, let's
It's
leave.
giving me a headache, like...
Actually, yeah.
Ugh. I only just noticed the jar with the skull. With the skull in it.
Yeah, that's your headache right there.
Yeah.
It looks as though the doctor isn't here. But we're here now, so we may as well do some sightseeing, don't you think?
What a seasoned tourist you've become, Mr. Darte. You could just have a little look around, being careful not to upset any restless souls.
Where else are you going to put the dangerous and giant chandelier? On the floor?
I like how this area has no music. Where shall we start? Let's start with...
Yeah, the little Tiffany table lamp is pretty nice, yeah. I'm assuming you're talking about that one.
That looks like an owl and a crow up there.
I think it's a jackdaw size rather than a crow.
It does look
personally.
more like a jackdaw, yeah.
But you know... I know, and they haven't even twitched since we came in here.
Maybe she made the waxwork appear so real by inserting real organs. Yeah.
Oh, I subscribe to that theory.
She would have quite a good supply of that, wouldn't she?
Yeah, no, that's, yeah.
Mm.
No, they wouldn't have. They're taxidermy mounts, Mr. Naruhodo.
Robots.
Yeah.
Ugh. I was afraid you were going to say that.
Victorian robots. Steampunk, 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 steampunk.
I've been trying very hard to tell myself that they're just sleeping with their eyes open.
Yes, I think perhaps you were wise to put something like your Daruma doll on display in the office instead.
Look at all the bottles on the shelves in these cabinets. What an assortment of chemicals.
Don't drink them.
These ones here are labelled highly toxic.
That's worrying. Because there's also things that look like salt and pepper shakers in there.
Oh, yes, and they actually say salt and pepper on them.
That's extremely bad and dangerous practices to fall into.
The doctor probably spends a lot of time in this room, I suppose. Perhaps she has meals here sometimes.
Presenting to the emergency room, where we are now.
Life goes on, even when you're surrounded by death. But she's pretty old, so I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure she's fine, but
Milo for what? They're dead. They're not gonna complain.
I think we do need to include her on the sus scale. Did she spray salt or did she sprinkle cyanide?
Oh, we
Yeah,
can't
it'll be
investigate the
fine,
bloodstains.
Oh wow,
Are you
that
serious?
surprises me. That everyone's
We
just
cannot.
like, well, it's a Victorian morgue. Of course there's going to be blood everywhere. Oh, okay. No.
A table and a set of sharp tools. When you consider each in isolation, it looks quite innocent.
Does it though?
No.
No.
So why is it that when you put them side by side, they seem so horribly disturbing?
It might be best not to ponder it too deeply.
She's old, she's well preserved. I only call her old because she's like around my age.
There's a little formaldehyde formula there. Yeah, she probably is about our age, isn't she? Yeah, that's ancient. Aged.
Yellow, what was it
Seeing
again?
the large tome that's open
Sorry.
upon the desk. Oh, is she?
She's
39.
39!
Yeah, she's older than you and younger than me.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking riddles now.
Yeah.
Seeing the large tome that's open on the desk does make me wonder, though. How can anybody concentrate on bookwork with this acrid odour of chemicals in the air?
You'd either have to have a cast iron constitution or a really terrible sense of smell. I'd say she could be a smoker, but she doesn't have the skin of a smoker.
No.
Look at this big, thick book here.
Ah, it appears to be an accounting ledger. It's a record of the forensic investigation team's spending, I think. Oh?
What is it?
It's clear that the team purchases various equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but, well, one entry seems rather strange.
Really? In what way?
They're buying 500 scalpels every month.
Oh, they keep losing them in there, I guess. You have a terrible sense of smell. If the chemicals are that strong, lack of smell doesn't help. Does it just make your eyes water anyway?
500? They must be working really hard on dissecting corpses.
I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances. And scalpel blades can be sharpened too.
It does seem a bit strange, you're right. 500 scalpels a month. What could they possibly be using all of them for?
Well, they melted them down and built them into the Crystal Tower. Obviously. What are you doing?
Ah! I wasn't done investigating yet. Sorry, we had something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so,
So you thought you'd snoop around? That's acceptable to you people from the East, is it? Well, what do you want?
Lord Strongheart told us, you see... that it was you who examined the victim's body. Mr. Asman's body, I mean.
So we came to ask you about your findings.
Yeah, we wondered if she was related to Van Zieks, but the name doesn't
Yeah,
seem
no,
to
the
check
name
out.
doesn't check out. But yeah, we did wonder.
I mean, it's possible she got married.
Well, that's true.
And
To
took on-
somebody coincidentally called Scythe. Maybe she's married to the Reaper. Ooh. Or she is the Reaper, I still wonder. Because Scythe.
Yeah, exactly.
Reaper.
Reaper, Scythe, yeah.
On Lord Strongheart's advice,
Very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. But when we're done, you must leave immediately. She's kind of hot.
Yeah, she's really hot.
Kinda want her to step on me. A little bit. Just a little bit around the edge.
Look at this big book. I didn't mean to look at this again.
Accounting ledger. You're doing some forensic accounting there. Maybe don't. People in books get murdered for less. It's so tragic. My husband died and left me to inherit 500 scalpels a month. Yeah.
That's one hell of a trust fund.
Symbol on her jacket. Did you mean the whatchamacallit called? Caduceus.
Caduceus, like
Caduceus? That's how it's
the
pronounced,
staff
right? Caduceus?
of, I don't.
Yeah, that one. That
Yeah,
thing.
meaning she's.
Guess
Well,
that's a slice of life. British. I made a pun earlier on and I thought of you, Kinade. What was it?
Well, look at this. What a magnificent display case. I don't remember what pun you'd made, but I think it
There
physically.
was something
hurt me
about
again.
crime and dolphins.
Well,
Sorry, go on.
the cherry wood has been polished to a high sheen, and the intricate carving is a joy to behold. Western cabinet makers are really very skilled, aren't they?
do you have nothing to say about the skeleton inside, Mr. Naruhodo?
Mrs. Otto, can't you tell that I'm trying very hard to avoid talking about the terrifying content of the case? It's how I cope.
I'll be sure to remember that from now on.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, you should remember at all times that you have a skeleton with you.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bone he wanted to pick. Dumptish.
Oh, things to check out up here. These large jars seem to have pale things floating around inside them.
And the skeleton is wet. Yes, you are at all times accompanied by an extremely wet, dark skeleton.
I really hate that concept. I don't know what it is. It's bad enough to think about, like, brains.
Yeah. You're a brain piloting a bone mech wearing flesh armor, yeah.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. Sometimes I just don't like the meat suit
Yeah,
thing.
it's just, and then,
It's not, no.
Yeah, and then I remember we can actually regenerate parts, and it's
Yeah.
so cool. It's like, what? We keep regrowing this? What the fuck? We are so freakish.
Mm.
Yeah. I suppose they're fruit liquors or something, or like the pickles umeboshi plums we make back at home.
Oh. No, Mr. Naruto.
Forbidden plum juice.
I think some of them might be plums, but
Whoops.
Father had some jars like that in his study back home,
His
probably
laboratory at home, I
laboratory
think.
back home.
Yeah, there we go.
Father had jars like that in his laboratory as well. I expect they're human organs in a preserving solution, probably as examples of some rare medical condition.
Mrs. Otto, there are some things in the world that it's perfectly fine never to know about. Ever.
Oh,
So as I said, I'm sure they're fruit liquors or umeboshi, aren't they?
Of course.
he's such a wussy.
Your mech is below average. My mech is also below average.
Yeah, mine's definitely below average. I think I should get a refund.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm also a lousy pilot, so... I suppose this is Dr. Scythe's desk. I suppose she's not standing right there in front of us, but, you know.
I would not like to work in a place like this.
It's very tidy, though, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Imagine how efficiently she must work.
Tidy, there are bloodstains!
There are stains on the floor. No. They're on the table. Doesn't have the same ring to it.
The lighting is poor, which is bad for the eyes. And the chemical smell can't be good for you. Not to mention the skeleton watching over you as you work, which is definitely bad for the nerves.
It's her ex-husband.
Well, yes, those are valid concerns, I suppose.
I can just about cope with a one-eyed Daruma doll watching over me. But that's all.
Standing behind you, listening to all the BS you say, just like Van Ziek's overheard you talking about how he's not quite as handsome as his dead brother. Yeah. Very tidy, but splattered in blood, stinking of chemicals, and with stacks of paper everywhere. Somehow more tidy than Sholmes's office and Mr. Naruhodo's desk put together. And also, is that a saw just sitting on the side in a tray? Oh look, and there's a syringe down the bottom too.
Yeah,
One of those
these
big,
syringes.
horrible ones.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I hate those.
What did you say the sword was?
The saw, not sword.
Oh, the saw! Yeah, there. Yeah.
No, there.
Yeah,
There,
yeah,
in the
I
tray.
see it. Yeah. But she has just a collection
Yeah,
of
there's a
tools.
skull in a jar up there too. Like,
Yeah,
it's in a
there.
cloche, really, isn't it? Kind of like the rose in Beast's West Wing. Like, do you think bits of it fall off? Like in Nightmare, you know? In Nightmare, when like the kids were running out of time, like the skull counter, bits of the skull would like fall away.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to the teeth, and then finally when the jawbone falls
The
off,
last tooth has fallen.
yeah. Oh,
Imagining the skull like turning around in the air with like light beams coming out of all its teeth. Probably look less silly than toe beams. I hate that scene. God, don't imagine spilling one of those jars now. Yeah, she'll stay a vampire forever. Poor lady. Oh yeah, the cross symbolism on her jacket. Not the caduceus. All her cufflinks and her lapel pin.
Basically, I think it's kind of noble coded
I
whenever
wonder.
somebody shows up like that.
I wonder. But she could easily be Van Ziek's related in some way.
Maybe she killed his brother.
Oh, do you think she's actually the professor? She's got a snake curling up her arm and everything.
Uh-huh.
Yippee wowzers. What a lady. Goodness. Mummy. So, you want to know what the forensic investigation team determined from its examination of the scene? The victim, Mr. Odie Assman, who disappeared from the experimentation stage amid an explosion, and the Mr. Assman who appeared moments later partway up the Crystal Tower, were without question one and the same person. That is the team's conclusion.
But it can't be right.
The animation was so Van Ziek's coded. If it was an elaborate trick, we can only speculate about how it was carried out.
Yeah, I think...
Imagine the liquids she could throw in this room now.
Imagine her eating one of those bottles.
My hallowed formaldehyde chalice. That's the second time I've used formaldehyde on this stream as a word, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Let's see, if two people who looked very similar to each other were involved,
Twins.
they could have made it appear as if one single person had switched places, couldn't they?
Very true, but sadly, in this instance, that was not the case. The man who disappeared and the man who subsequently reappeared was the same person. I'm hoping that that's a spelling mistake, Kianano, because I'm not filling a chalice with that. Forgive
forgive me for the discourtesy of throwing my hallowed mason jar. Oh no, that was a bad one for Kimber. Acting. Look it up. The fingerprints at the scene make that quite evident.
Ah, fingerprints.
And not yet officially recognised as forensic evidence in the British justice system. Just like today. But one day they will be used as an investigative aid as a matter of course. It was a typo, yes. Good. I mean, the other thing I'm not putting in a chalice either, but you know, that one mostly yes, no.
Oh my, but that would mean that the instantaneous kinesis actually took place. So, where does that leave us?
My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions.
Instantaneous kinesis is impossible. And yet the body did move from one place to the other. This hadn't cleared anything up at all. It made the whole thing even more of a mystery.
Yoo-hoo!
Mama, what is this? Ah! Where did she spring from?
You're my daddy.
And did she just call the doctor Mama?
Oh, that is I didn't. Ooh. This is a lawyer, dear.
Oh. Hello. To meet you? Pleased to meet you? Yes, I'm a defense lawyer.
Mama? Yes? Can I cut this one up?
Okay! Madam, your spawn is terrifying. What?
I've never seen inside an Eastern person before. I want to know what it looks like.
Goodness. We're all people, but okay. Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can very well see. Channeling a little fancy there. Whoops, sorry.
Boring.
We do have a definite kind of Reaper, that's for sure.
I think I just had a near-death experience.
Oh dear, Mr. Naruhodo, you're as pale as a corpse.
Then let's leave before I'm mistaken for one.
Okay, no, we literally have just been removed from the scene. I love that we can't even talk with her anymore.
So, what are you doing at the moment, Doctor?
Keeping a close eye on things so no impertinent Easterners think they can look around my office.
Are there such impertinent Easterners around? How terrible.
Yes, you.
She doesn't mince words, Mrs. Otto.
I think perhaps it's time we left.
Okay, well, off we go, I guess.
Before we go, Mummy, would you just step on me a little bit? Just a tiny bit.
Good boots for it, too.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm fine. We're good. It's cool. I'm fine. Yeah. Everything's fine. Yeah, well, we can't go and bother the prosecutor, which is disappointing.
We need to see if we can investigate here, maybe.
What, the one that Tazato-san says she's really excited about because we haven't investigated here? Oh, the flags! Oh, there's
Dog!
a dog!
I had no idea there were so many people in the world.
I know what you mean. It's really packed here today. can tell.
Feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds to this point.
Has it? I shut my brain down, so I didn't really notice, to be honest.
Gosh.
I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruhodo.
There you are.
There you are. I had a feeling you lot would show your mugs before long.
Sure.
Oh, there you are. I had a feeling you lot would show your mugs before long. Nuts!
Ah, Inspector Gregson! I see you're hard at work as usual.
Sorry, he walked into the staircase in a most unfortunate place and his voice kind of, a little bit for a bit. But he's alright now. Warm greetings to you. I do hope you've been keeping well since last we met.
What's with all the ceremony? We just saw each other in court this morning.
Not you, sunshine. The gentlewoman so loyally at your side.
Oh! Why, thank you, Inspector. How good of you to notice.
He might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart. I suppose. As you've probably guessed, we were hoping to investigate the scene some more.
Right, well, that's the young trainee's domain. Gregson is a simp.
Yeah.
Oi, get over here, Gina.
She seems to be busy playing with a puppy. Probably giving it a traditional East End training.
Yeah, he probably went saw the Susato takedown and went, be nice to her, be nice to her, be nice to her. Yeah, it's true though.
Gina, she's a police officer now.
Amazing, isn't it?
She's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place. Anyway, she's got the detection bug, if you ask me. Not a lieutenant, an inspector. Yeah, I think she'll follow in my footsteps nicely.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm being transferred. It's time for me to say toodaloo to London.
Oh no, really?
That's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. Where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see how you're doing. I mean, how you're getting along.
Not likely, but you're welcome to try. If you don't mind a trip to France, that is.
Oh my god, he's going to France. To France?
I'll be working in the Paris Police Prefecture. Should be right up my alley.
But France is an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there?
That's the way the adult world works, sunshine. Now, don't go poking your nose in where it's not wanted. Poisson et pommes frites. Yeah, innit? Just don't accidentally say poisson, will you? I'm intending to take the kid with me when I go.
What? You're taking Gina to Paris?
Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what'll become of her?
I suppose he's worried she'd slip back into slipping her hands into people's pockets and purses.
I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruhodo. I think he's worried about the Reaper.
Oh. Of course. So that's playing on Inspector Gregson's mind too, isn't it?
I like that the green fabric is still on the floor.
Yeah.
Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina, so don't go blabbing, you hear me?
No, of course not.
I've got to keep that I've got to keep that diving diva safe and sound until all this is over, at least.
Oi! Did you just call me a blooming diving diva again?
So you heard that, did ya? Right, well, any questions about the scene, you can put them to my capable detective diva here. Yeah, I think she should know, really, but okay.
Alright, you heard the boss.
Inspector Lestrade's in charge here now.
I suppose I'd better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina, you've got a new dog, have you? Whoa!
Any great?
Toby's his name.
Toby.
Wait, yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, how delightful. He's absolutely adorable.
Yes, the dog does seem lovely. But it's the not so lovely Inspector Gregson that's playing on my mind, to be honest. I have to be Abby.
No.
Sorry.
I'll hold the fort down.
You can hold the fort down.
But
What?
no, it's fine. I was gonna say you've already rated everybody by sussiness. We had made inroads on whether or not they washed their hands, but I think everybody disliked that.
It won't be long.
Get the puppy to locate evidence. Yeah, we need to train it. Train it to locate important evidence that isn't part of the background. It should be able to like, you know, when it's not part of painted into the background. Wow, I'm doing really good at explaining myself here, aren't I? See if you can guess everyone's age without looking first. Oh no, I know. I think we know I already failed that one. Cause yeah. It doesn't need training. It will already do a better job than Scotland Yard. But I reckon that would be a good job for an animal in a detective series, like a computer series, game series. Because yeah, like if the evidence isn't painted into the scenery, then the animal should be able to detect it. Why has Gina's hat got Mickey Mouse buttons on it? Fashion. She's just that cool. What evidence do you have? Puppy dog eyes. Oh, guilty. Yeah. The dog's got a carrot. That's what the dog's got. That's what the dog's guilty of. Stealing all the carrots. Yeah, fashion. It's the yeah. You fool. How did you not realise? That fashion is also why her necktie is also a slightly different colour than her hat and cuffs.
That makes
Just
sense.
all fashion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still think her hat is cute, but I think I'm in the minority
I
in
mean,
chat. I think yeah.
all I can see is Donald Duck.
Yeah, now that's also true, but I still think it's cute.
I mean, I still think it's really cute.
Yours doesn't steal carrots, but we'll ask him politely until give him one. To be fair,
That's what Tira does too.
yeah, she'll just like rub your knee with her feet if she knows that you're sitting
Yeah,
there, and then she
okay.
stares at you. Like the second I pull out the carrot peeler and start peeling carrots, I'll just see her face just like hovering around, trying to get into my field of vision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she just won't leave me alone until the carrots have definitely gone. So yeah.
Go examine the dog. No, she took the dog away.
She,
What's that?
she removed the dog from our.
Here's the scorching on the ground
Ah.
that you mentioned.
Yes, and there's what's left of. Sorry. Yes, and there's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident.
Poor Professor Harebrayne. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this.
Someone's well and truly burst his bubble, as it were. Ouch. I'm a bad person. It's okay. It's Sherm's rubbing off on you.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, investigating the scene. Toby the dog. Sorry,
Yes,
I'm gonna ask
important.
about the dog. Where did you find that little mutt then, Gina?
Oi! Don't be so flaming rude, Dodo!
Slight overreaction, don't you think?
He ain't no mutt, alright? Toby's. How'd they put it? Oh, yeah, a bona fide detective.
Look at him.
He's cute.
Sorry?
I've given him a proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby. Are you?
More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he?
Oh, so he's a police dog, is he?
The police recruits dogs now.
I've heard they're already being used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell, after all.
I have a fairly good sense of smell myself, as it happens. I can tell on the... I can tell undergarments that have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't.
That's nothing compared to this little fella, Oddo.
Oh, really?
According to what the boss said, once Toby here's got a good whiff of your drawers, he's adorable. He could chase that scent to the other side of the world.
What? To the other side of the world? You mean you can swim?
Mr. Nadahodo, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin.
I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill.
I'm telling you, Oddo, there's got to be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in future. Can't read. Yes, I agree. Right, one of these days they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way round. Oh dear. Sorry, Gina, I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much. Well, anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby here is Britain's first police dog. I found him down the East End the other day. Someone had just chucked him out on the street.
There you go. Knew she'd lifted him from somewhere.
Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals. Okay.
Today's trial.
You see, we're just going backwards.
Yep.
They were great, wasn't it? I had a right laugh. It was a new one on me, that. You know, being in court and not spending the old time worrying I'm about to be found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in all your previous court appearances, didn't you? Yeah, and Oddo's made things hard for me every single time and all.
Just, doing my job, Gina.
But watching someone else get it in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. It was amazing when you showed that dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruhodo's client.
Yes, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though.
It's the boss I feel sorry for. Sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean? He's supposed to arrest that other cove, ain't he? And in time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer. What's his name again?
Mr. Drebber, you mean? Enoch Drebber.
That's the one, yeah.
So the police are looking for this mysterious man with the black monocle. I guess they would be.
It's putting too much on the boss, if you ask me. He says it's giving him gut ache.
No, it's just like, no.
Hmm?
For a second I thought we might have seen somebody like it, but no.
I don't think so.
No.
Oh dear, but I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fried food. He's got an ulcer in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. The engineer's whereabouts. I still don't have to go up. You can't make me. So, Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they've had any luck.
He's really funny looking. Got two eyes what don't match. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. The old devil's got it.
Sorry?
You know, that scowling reaper what's always glugging down glasses of that blood red plonk. Lord Van Seeks. He's always had it in for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always scowling about, mind. Probably would have been a pretty good boss as it goes.
She'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than the detective's trainee. I mean, yeah. The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally badly off with both.
But you admit that he is a demigod.
I was going to say, did you just call him a demigod?
Like, fanfic. I suppose you're right. I hadn't thought of it like that.
Maybe it's alcohol-free. Did that occur to anybody? Alcohol-free wine? Toads exist.
Did you mean grape juice? He's just drinking.
Looks thick enough to be grape juice rather than wine, if I'm perfectly honest.
Or alternatively, it's dessert wine.
Oh my god!
The really sweet stuff.
Oh, I hate
This is why
that
it makes
stuff.
such a fireball.
Oh.
Yeah. Or he just makes his own, like, Damson gin. Slow gin. One of those really sugary fruit wines.
Yeah.
Gins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine he buys the fanciest, most expensive wine around just to yeet in court?
Well, considering he had a whole rant about how expensive his fucking glasses are.
The chalices, please. His artisanal
Sorry.
chalices.
His artisanal chalices.
Yeah, and he's all like, yeah, just imagine when you make me mad enough that I have to throw them in court. The artists cry, and it's like, no. The artists appreciate us because we make you have to buy more chalices. Therefore, we're keeping artists in business.
Yeah.
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 He does actually have the wine barrels in his office, except they're probably barrels of grape juice or dessert wine.
Yeah. By the way, glad we've put that one to bed.
Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's dead set on finding the fishy engineer, but there don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. The wine has a
it's
Reaper on
little
it, so it's like
Reaper,
his own brand.
Mhm.
I think he might rebottle them. He just buys them from Costco
God.
and like decants them into his own
Yes.
special bottles.
Oh my god, yes.
Maybe like they smash super easily, like they're made of that fake glass. Is it like what's it called? Is it sugar glass? The stuff they use in theatre. I mean, like theatre and TV and stuff.
Glass, yeah.
Yeah, he just like decants it into those
Yeah.
and hopes that it doesn't, dissolve or whatever
Yeah.
before he can throw it into the audience
Yeah.
to cover everybody in grape juice.
Yes. There's nothing that can lead us to Drebber at all. Well, let's talk about investigating the scene. Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again.
Yeah, alright. If it's around here, you can do what you like.
Oh, that's alright, is it?
I'm going to be playing with my new friend here.
Yes, Toby.
Woof.
Good job.
Thanks. The machine that exploded must be at the top of those stairs, I presume.
So every time a cat meows, it meows in the game.
It also woofs.
Oh, okay. Well, woof.
It was a good woof to match the woof.
Thanks very much.
I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind.
Sorry, you can't go up there, Suze.
Oh. It's like I told Otto yesterday, even I ain't allowed near that wreck. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? The special
Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. Is that what you're thinking of?
That's the one. That's why only them lot are allowed to investigate it. What are they called again? The forensic something.
The Forensic Investigation Team. Is that what you were thinking of?
That's the one, yeah.
But isn't it the case that the special dispensation has been lifted?
Oh, I think so. I don't really get it, to be truthful with you. You're still supposed to get permission from some bigwig or other, as far as I know. What was his name again? Lord Strange something.
Oh my god, are we gonna have to go back?
We already got permission from him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart. Perhaps? That's the one, yeah! Apparently he's always watching the time or something. Actually, we've just recently been to see Lord Strongheart. Eh? You what? You've met him? Last time the boss was called to go and see him, he waited for 3 hours at the Cove's office and came back snivelling.
Tragic.
Well, Lord Strongheart has given us permission to examine the scene, as long as we touch nothing.
Oh yeah?
Honestly.
All right then, go ahead. But if it turns out you're lying, no, it'll be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in his life. So, you're still saying all this is above board, are you?
I'm sure everything will be fine.
Sorry. Oh my god. Sorry.
You said that really would be tragic.
Yeah. That really would be tragic.
Alright then, them's the stairs. Off you go.
Oh, thank you, Gina.
Were you distracted by the dog barking in her sleep?
Yes,
Or-
I
yeah.
actually was.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
She seems happier now.
Do we need to do the thing here where we click on this in order to go up? The stage up there is where the experiment will set up. It's very high, isn't it?
About 30 feet, I believe. Or 9 meters if you prefer. Craning your neck to see up to it starts to hurt after a while, doesn't it?
Yes, we need to get up there and look around properly. Although, if I'm honest, climbing all those stairs makes my chest hurt.
Oh dear, I think perhaps you should exercise more, Mr. Naruto.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me get up there then, though, game. Do I need the steps? These stairs lead up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out. Indeed.
I like that it's still sparking.
Yeah.
Oh my! So this is the machine that was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place.
Yes, that's right. Or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment.
What extraordinary lengths Professor Harebrayne went to in order to obtain the research grant.
No. The professor was strict as well. He didn't know anything about it.
Yes, of course. It is amazing though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British.
Yeah, you mean the fact that it's in pieces and it's sparking.
Yeah. You're right about that. You would never see such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure.
Oh, look. Is that...
Oh my!
Lord
Lord
Van Six! So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Mrs. Otto?
already?
He is the Reaper, remember? We do well to keep our distance, I think.
But we have permission to be here, from the top. We're perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine, as long as we don't touch anything.
From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart?
Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we like.
She could have been at the center of the explosion here, and it wouldn't have bent her steel will. You know what?
What?
I think this is a good place to start. Yeah. So we can start can start.
I like that he looks like he's leaning against a wall, but he's like in midair.
Yeah.
I mean, like in the middle of the space.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that you're probably right, because it is late and I'm tired.
And I have to get up
And
early.
you do have to get up early. That's true.
I know, it's mean. I just want to poke Van Zeeks.
Yeah.
Desperately. So I have to stop here. Because... yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everyone. I want to continue too, but I shouldn't.
Someone's got to be the big meanie
Yeah, it's me.
and
I'm
make
very
all the
good
big
at being
meanie
the big
decisions.
meanie.
It's true. You are. But it's okay. I like that.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank
you.
you. Goodness me, thank you so much. The Great Scanado. Scanado, even. I put the R in the wrong place. That was very rude of me.
Do it again.
The Great Scanado. Thank you.
There you go.
There we
Take
go.
two. Take two.
Take two. Yeah.
We will be back tomorrow around the same time.
Yes.
Same place.
Yes.
Unless something happens.
Yeah, unless something happens.
Don't get any ideas, dog.
No, yeah, thanks.
Thanks for joining us once again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
our intentions are good.
Yes.
Sometimes life happens. I hate that. But yeah, I'm excited to carry on.
Mhm.
Yeah. Every
Look.
time we stream, until this is done, we'll be doing this, that's for sure. I can't think of anything else that would be worth maybe accidentally killing half our community
No.
with the stress of not
Not streaming.
streaming this.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's sleepy's time for us.
yeah, and hopefully for everybody else.
Unless
On
it's
our
daytime.
time zone. Yeah.
I was going to say. Hope
Just
you
as
don't fall
killing you
asleep during the
anyway.
day.
Well, I don't want to be helping.
No. But understandable.
Yes.
It is a stressful time.
It is a stressful time.
Right then. To you the honors.
Thanks for coming to our stream.
Aye.
Don't forget, keep whatever's going on here in your heart. Okay, the spoiled season of suspicious science 2024. Thank you for bringing that up.
Two one.
What? Nothing. I don't want anything. It's fine.
I didn't mean to press it again, but here we are.
Well, you can admire it. I worked very hard on that. Always follow the Kobold motto. Live, laugh, objection. Loot people's offices. And until next time, we hope you'll be well. Good night.
Good night.